Hi, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you don't know me, my name is Mario, and I put out videos on clinical research, personal finance, and on travel. So if you're interested in any of those, please take a moment, smash that like button, and please consider subscribing to the channel. I've covered this in previous videos, but to make these videos continue to exist, I do need to get to that 1,000 subscriber mark. Currently close to 250, so a quarter of the way there. But I do appreciate your support in helping me get to that 1,000 subscriber mark. All right, in today's video, I am just going to answer your questions. So I put out a video asking what do people want to hear about? And I'm going to go through a couple of the questions here. As always, if you do have things you'd like to hear about, please take a moment, put them down in the comments, and I will cover them in future videos. So the first question is, how do you land a job as an in-house CRA? I've been working as a CTA. So if you're already working as a CTA, I think the easiest way to do this is to look if there's some opportunity where you are. I'm going to assume that the answer to that question is no, which is why you're asking. The next best place to get in-house CRA positions is in small pharma. So look up all the smaller pharma companies in your area and reach out to them. Use LinkedIn or whatever mechanism to figure out if the small pharma companies are hiring in-house CRAs. And a CTA background is perfect to move into a CRA role, since you will have some familiarity with what CRAs do. And I think that's the easiest way to go about this transition. Find small pharma companies, go on LinkedIn, go on their webpage, find people to contact, ask if they're interested. For a long time, in-house CRA positions tended to be 100% office-based. That may be changing a little bit, but I still think your best bet is going to be that 100% office-based position that's local to you. So that's question one. Question two was asking about monitoring visit antidotes. I will create a separate video on those. I will say I have been a CRA for going on 13 plus years now, and I have seen a lot of different things. However, in my experience, the most memorable fall into the two extremes. Either sites are so good and doing things so well that I am just blown away. One of my sites I remember in particular, I went through all their documentation, I went through everything, and everything was perfect. And I was like, what is going on here? I can't find an issue with anything. And it turns out that they had a whole QC process that they set up internally, and they had so many mechanisms in place to try and catch errors before monitors did, that monitoring was a breeze because everything had already been looked over by multiple people, and you go through it and you're like, well, I don't know what I'm doing here. So that was one of the sites that I remember for being exceptionally good. And then you have the other extreme of exceptionally bad. Most of my experience with bad sites in general has been a result of employee turnover. Sites that tend to lose their coordinators, and then they struggle and then to hire new ones, and then they don't have a coordinator that's trained. So that's where my bad experiences come in. I will try to, in the future, incorporate some tips if you encounter either problematic sites or great sites. Generally, you won't learn much if you encounter great sites because there isn't much to learn. Things are done properly. It's your bad sites or sites that don't do things the way they should, so everything's suboptimal, is where you can learn the most, because you can understand why sites are doing things incorrectly and what mechanisms you'd put in place to correct that. So for monitoring antidotes, I'll cover those in future videos, but that's all I have to say. The third thing I have on here is how much would you get paid as an intern? I actually have no idea. So I would imagine somewhere in the entry-level interns are making $15 an hour, but that's probably a guess. But I do not know what interns make in clinical research. But if you're fresh out of college and looking to intern, to be honest, even free, it's worthwhile. because once you can say you have that experience for a couple of months, you can get into most likely a CTA position or entry-level in-house CRA position, or get in something, but you'll get the terminology, you'll get the lingo down, you'll get to know a little bit about disease areas. So at an intern level, I really wouldn't focus on pay. I would go where I can get the best experience. So that's my tip for people looking to intern. I also think interns are probably more common in the pharma area versus at CROs. I've actually run into a few interns at pharma companies. I have never run into an intern at a CRO. If anybody knows differently and that there are CROs that hire interns, please mention that in comments, as I would like to know what companies those are. But again, so my tip here, if you're an intern, focus on breadth of experience. It'll pay off a lot more down the line because you'll have experience, you'll know what you're talking about, and then you can command more money. So I think those were most of the comments. I know one of them asked me to dissect a pre-study visit in depth. So that'll be my next video. I will talk you through a pre-study visit. So I just wanted to put this video out there to answer a couple of questions. The other one that does come to mind, and I actually don't see it on my list, somebody did comment and asked about being an international person and getting a job in clinical research. I can't really speak to that. I don't know enough about it. I do think you will struggle based on the applications. Almost every company asks if you need sponsorship for an H-1B visa. And if you need sponsorship for an H-1B visa, your chances of landing a job at Pharma are probably lowered, and at a CRO are probably nil. Again, if somebody feels differently and knows that some CRO gives out tons of H-1B visas, please drop that down in the comments. But in my experience, I haven't seen too many CROs or pharma companies give H-1Bs. What I have seen for H-1Bs and where they are given is at the hospital level, but usually not for coordinator positions. Most H-1B visas are given to foreign physicians, foreign nurses. So if you have that sort of a background and you're looking for an H-1B visa, my recommendation is to try and find something that's more a nurse position or a physician position. And your odds of getting an H-1B visa with those type of roles is vastly higher. All right, I'm going to end this video here. I'm going to try and create a video dissecting the pre-study visits. So if you want to continue to see videos like this, again, please hit the like button. Please subscribe to the channel. I am aiming for that 1,000 subscriber mark. I do appreciate your support in helping me get there. And as always, if there is something you want me to cover, please list it down in the comments. Thank you.